Last time on the 20-Sided Realms.
We gotta find Floon. Time is of the essence. I've heard that saying before.
I need to quickly arm myself, and then we can go into the sewers.
Oh, you're coming with us.
Absolutely.
He better come with us if he cares about his friend.
This lack of stealth as you approach, unfortunately, allows for a black arrow to fly out of the dark. You do hear a voice from somewhere beyond the wall, and it says, "You better leave. No place for you here." And you hear another voice, "Oh wow, that was very forceful. I like that." Welcome back. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
Hold on, I got this, guys. I got this. The sun is set, but the raven speaks. The sun is set, but the raven speaks. And then Chaz just smiles and crosses his arms on his chest and looks really pleased with himself.
And the raven says,
Caw, caw, caw. Caw, caw. Caw.
does that count? I don't know. I can never remember it. I mean, they're supposed
Open
to
up,
say
lads. Open up, lads. It's just us.
Why don't you make a deception roll?
I'm biting my little gnome nails in anticipation if they'll let us in.
I got a 24. That's a natural 20. That's a natural 20 plus 4.
Oh, it's Sanitar. We knew you'd show up.
So one of the voices said, I mean, listen, it was close enough. I mean, that is what a raven says. Caw, caw. Hey, he knew the first part. Okay. A little piece of the wall slides back and to the side, and you see two little goblins, both of them brandishing short bows with like cute little shiny dome helmets on. They come out and they say, we weren't expecting anyone else tonight, but free to go in.
Oh, busy night, my lads. And I give them each a high five.
Oh, they seem they take the high five and get a big grin on their face. It's like, I like that kid.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing great work here, guys. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was a good job. Good job.
I told you we were doing good.
What should we have said? What
doing
should he have said?
Yeah, is there something we could say that's more clear next time?
Oh, yeah. Next time you're supposed to say nevermore.
Yeah. Nevermore.
But you know, what you said was kind of cool, too. It makes more sense, because a raven wouldn't say anything.
Hey, which way did they take that little fancy guy? The pretty guy.
Oh, the lordling.
Yeah, can you take us to him? Or actually, no. One of you guys needs to stay guard here, but maybe the other one can kind of take us to him.
There's always supposed to be two of us here. They're pretty strict about that.
Perhaps I could help you. I could maybe cast a minor illusion to see if I could make it look like there's still two of you here while one of you comes to help us. Would that work?
I only understood some of those words, but if you can help us, then yeah, we could help you.
Oh, it's just a simple little spell that I learned. And I whichever one's like closest to the door, I try to cast a little illusion that looks like basically like a mirrored image is what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're able to essentially just make a little goblin that is standing there. They both clap. They're like, "Oh!"
I try to
Pretty
high
neat,
five.
huh?
I try to high five the new goblin.
The new goblin is stationary. It doesn't move or do anything, but it's there. And
I pat him on the back. Yeah.
Your hand immediately goes through it, but the illusion stands.
Perfect.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
This guy's got you covered. He's gonna fill in for your shift, buddy. Let's go see that fancy man.
All right. I guess we'll take you right to Neilor.
excellent. Thank you so much. I'm glad this worked out for us all.
So is did you say Newlor? Newler? What
Neil
was the word?
Lord.
Is he still upset?
I listen. I can't tell what that thing's thinking.
Yeah, because last time we saw him, he was real mad. I got scared. Thought he might hurt me.
Oh yeah, I'm always scared of him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's
He's
just be on our
scary.
toes then. Yeah, very scary.
You know, I think it's best just to face your fears. I think you should, next time you see him, you should just tell him how he makes you feel and
Yeah.
stand up to him.
Honesty is the best policy.
We'll have your back on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I have feelings. I just want to do my job, get paid.
Well, don't let him be a bully to you.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm sure your culture comes from a place where you don't like to be bullied around, but let me tell you, it is the goblin way to be bullied.
Well,
if you are bigger than us, we will listen.
How much do you get paid every day? We were having this conversation earlier. What you say you just like to get paid, but what do they pay you around here?
Oh, 5 silver a week.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
We can pay you more.
yeah. I mean, we could. Yeah. You know what? I'm
Really?
gonna give him a gold. I'm gonna give this little buddy a gold. Here you go, little buddy. This is a gold dragon. I don't know if you normally get paid in these, but hey,
Wow.
you did a great job back there, and I'm hoping that you're gonna keep working with us. But the bigger us, but also like the smaller us. Like we could be a team
Oh,
because
you're talking an interdepartmental transfer?
yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
join? If you join our department, because we're the department that makes money. I mean, it's just a little bit of a secret, but we're the money department. And if you're just doing this job for money, maybe you should be in our department.
We'd love another small person on the team.
Wow. It would be nice not to have to see Nilhor every day.
What's your name?
My name's Pippin.
Now, Pippin, listen. One of the things that... All right, this is basically an interview. You ever interviewed for a job before?
No, never.
Okay. So an interview is a way that you kind of have to show your future employers.
Do you have to see my insides? Is it an interview? Like see my guts?
You know what? It's not that kind of interview. One of the things that we need to see, because we heard your voice out there in the sewer. You were stern, you're direct. That's the voice of a leader. Now we need to see how that bearing works when we go into this next room and we see Nerbalin, Nergalin. What is it?
Neilor.
Neilor, that's right.
Neilor.
I have this thing with names. You need to show us your best against Neilor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You join us. We'll tell Neilor that you're in our crew now.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
And if things get ugly, we got your back.
Oh yeah, Neilhor's real ugly.
Yeah. If you have to shoot him, we'll shoot him too.
No, I'm not shooting Neilhor. No way.
But if we have to shoot him, you shoot
Pop
him
my head.
too.
Yeah. If we have
I've seen
to
him
shoot
do it. I've seen him make someone's head just like a balloon.
Yeah. What? How does he do that? Every time I wonder how he does it.
I don't know, man.
There's no he's not squeezing them with his hands.
No, he never uses his hands.
He doesn't have a big old stick that he hits them
What
with.
what does
He's just-
Neilor look like?
He's like this, and he holds up like his hand by his nose and
Oh,
wiggles
no.
his fingers.
Oh no.
He's like, and he's always petting that brain with legs.
Oh no. That's out of character. Oh no. Yeah, let's guys.
Well-
Do I know what that is? How do I make a check to know what that is?
Do you know what? I
I'll
think
make an Arcana
Chaz,
check.
yeah,
Okay.
Chaz in his arcane, yeah, absolutely. You are pretty confident what he is describing is a mind flayer.
Mm-hmm.
Another beast thought to have come from another realm that is supposedly to possess vastly weird magical powers that don't tap into the realm of the arcane, but to the very power of the mind.
And what's the little brain thing he has?
You would probably think that it would be some sort of pet that he would have, most likely an intellect devourer.
Yeah. Mind flayers are very, very dangerous. But then again, so is a beholder.
Now tell us, Pippin. Really, we don't actually even need to talk to Neelor today. That actually isn't on our schedule, our
Yeah.
itinerary for the day.
It's best. I
yeah.
wouldn't talk to him if I didn't have to.
Yeah, we actually just need to talk to that fancy dude. So really, if there's just like a quicker route to get to wherever the fancy dude is, or wait, like, I mean, you did say Neelor was popping people's brains open. He didn't do that to the fancy man, did he?
No, but they did bring the fancy man into Neelor's chamber. Neelor wanted to talk to him.
And where's the fancy man now? I guess that's our question.
He should
like-
still be there.
Okay, because we don't want. I mean, we don't want to bother Neelor.
Yeah, when does he take his lunch break? Does he ever need to go out and do some rest and relaxation? When's his break?
I mean, he's not always here, but I've never seen him eat.
Okay, is he here? Is he here today?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
When does he go out? I mean,
Yeah.
you open the door and let people in, let people out. Like when
He
does
never uses this door.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Because look, let you in on a little secret here, Pippin. Like,
Okay.
We can trust you, Pippin. We can tell.
Yeah. You know how I said that we're the department that goes and gets the money. Neelor's jealous of us. He doesn't always like our department that much. He's like, wow, how do these guys get so much gold? You know,
I can see that.
So look, I mean, being honest with you here, we avoid Neelor whenever we can. I mean, you saying that just because he's like kind of grumpy, but like he's really grumpy towards us. So
no, that's smart. That makes sense.
We're just trying to do our job, but like not have to deal with the boss man today. So is there any way you could help us out here, Pippin? We just got to get that fancy man without Neelor around.
I mean, you could just wait till Neelor leaves. He leaves a lot.
Is there like a good out of the way place where we could wait for him? Maybe like we could get have a little snack, and we can share our food with you if you want. We could all just hang out there, have a snack, wait for Neelor to leave.
I could take you to one of the empty sleeping areas.
Oh, that'd be great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, this way. He leads you down a hallway. You make a couple turns, and you soon pass by a room where the door is open. And inside, you see a gruff-looking dwarf with bright white hair. And he is giving instructions to a bald man whose head is covered in tattoos. And they appear to be barricading a doorway. The gruff-looking white-bearded dwarf yells out, "Grab those blankets and stuff them under cracks. We do not want this thing to get through. No, you're not doing it right." The Ibelman, he turns around, and you're pretty sure that this is one of the Ibelmen you all saw at the Yawning Portal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. These tattoos are the similar tattoos. There was the half-orc woman that was beating them up, the fight. So
now, here's the
same
thing.
marking, same guy.
Yeah, a middle-aged, well, not middle-aged. He's a 20-something-year-old man, shaved head, no eyebrows, with tattoos all over his face. You're not 100% sure because you think that any 20-something-year-old that shaved their head and put tattoos all over the face would probably look like, but you're pretty sure. And there is some bruising on his face and around his eyes, so he looks like he was recently in a kerfuffle. Well, he sees the six of you now coming by, and he calls out, "Help us, help us, help us." It's getting real bad in here. We got to make sure that thing does not get out.
What's in there?
Some sort of ooze.
Ooze? What color was it?
It was definitely gray.
Oh.
The talking is not helping. Grab stuff, push it up against door.
Okay.
As he says that, you see a sliver of slimy gray ooze that is starting to ooze out of underneath like a shelf that he has pushed. Grab anything and shove it up against the door. We must not let it out. And there is a slow creeping gray ooze that is coming from underneath the door.
I'm looking around to try to find the most appropriate item, and I freeze, and I'm locked. I'm in what is that? Paralysis by analysis.
Unlocked.
Yeah, I just can't. That's where I'm at.
I'm very stressed because I'm so short and very aware that I'll be the first one to be consumed by this ooze. So I just start grabbing pillows and bed sheets to throw against it.
You grab a surprisingly nice down pillow, shove it up against the little crack that exists at the bottom of the door, and immediately it begins to sizzle and like an acrid smoke rises up. That it confirms your fear that this ooze is certainly dangerous.
Yikes.
All right. Chaz is seeing smoke. It gives him an idea. Chaz's mind was probably going to wind up here pretty soon anyway, but he's seeing smoke. He's thinking about solutions to problems, and there is one solution that has solved many of his problems in the past. So he's going to start a fire. That's what he does. Now he's been doing better lately, trying not to start fires indoors, but sometimes situations just really push you into a corner. And Chaz is going to go to the old standby. He's gonna light a bonfire. He's safety minded. He's in an enclosed place, so we're doing more like a campfire this time. He's going to put a campfire right in front of one of the larger gaps in the barricade. Not trying to start the barricade on fire, not trying to burn the place down, but let's just expose this ooze to a bit of fire and see who wins.
You tap into that innate connection you have to all things arcane, and the fire comes to you so easily. It lights up a blaze. You try to make it small, but it's difficult to control the size of this bonfire you create. It immediately the ooze tries to recede from it, but it fails. Please roll a d8 for the damage. Maximum damage as 8 damage sear into it. Upon seeing this, the gray dwarf calls out, new plan. Did not know we had magic fingers down here. I will open door and you just burn it with all the magic fire.
Well, I really just do this one thing. This is literally the most fire. Well, I mean, I can make more fire, but you're going to have to give me some fuel. That's all. I mean, I could burn down the barricade. I could probably do that. You want me to do that?
The dwarf is of a one-track mind. It's like he saw a solution and your little quibbles and complaints just wash over his bald head. He has chucked the dresser that he had pushed up against it and is now opened the door that is now exposing what you see is probably almost like a 5-foot like bubbling oozing puddle of gray, oily, sickening ooze, and it is surging forward. You actually see, as soon as he opens a door, one like a tendril of it like surges forward and strikes at the Eibelman.
All right, you got this, Chaz.
The Eibelman was deft enough to step out of the way as this pseudo appendage misses him barely. What does everyone else do at this point? The bonfire you have created, Chaz, is still burning, and it is in such a place where the ooze is hard pressed to avoid it. So that means he's actually going to have to roll another dexterity saving throw.
What?
This time, the ooze, being able to like change its shape, it almost splits and slithers around this bonfire that you've created, and is starting to spill into the room.
I was just gonna poke Kavan on the shoulder and point him towards a big burning piece of wood.
Yeah, it's burning. What do you want?
Well, I was thinking maybe you could use that burning piece of wood.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea.
It was not all burning. You could grab it right over here.
All right.
A big, massive leg of the dresser is obviously on fire. Kavan, you reach out, easily yanking it off of its home on the dresser. The dresser tips over, drawers spill out, but you are now wielding a massive, solid piece of wood that is flaming on the end.
I think I'm gonna go next to where the Eibelman is, and then just swing right there.
You absolutely connect with this. As you do, like pieces of it splatter and up against the stone wall, and a bit of it actually splatters onto the gray dwarf, who is wearing some finely crafted chain mail. As soon as a little piece of it hits that chainmail, the chainmail begins to sizzle and burn and melt away. The dwarf screams out and is patting it and trying to stop it. But it seems that this terrible gray ooze is particularly acidic towards metal things. But you do a massive amount of damage. That fire and the splatter, you have greatly diminished the size of this oozing gray mass. All right, Dolan.
I was kind of in, like we were saying, I was analysis paralysis, whatever. But what brought me out of it is when Kavan pulled the dresser leg off, and the dresser fell over, and the drawers came open. Things flew out of the drawers. A bunch of undergarments came and hit me in the face. Now I'm covered in underwears, all different kinds of underwears. That's the thing. Some pretty ones, some kind of dirty ones, some more rustic, some big orc ones, some tiny dwarf ones. So it snaps me out of it. And then I'm going to try to maneuver towards the campfire. What I'll do is I'll grab another piece of the dresser. Excellent. And I'll take the underwear off my face, wrap it around the tip of the dresser, and then I'll try to dip it into the fire. So I have like a torch.
A torch?
The underwear was not put away clean and therefore ignites immediately. There's almost a perfume smell to it. Like it's not unpleasant. Do you want to wield this makeshift torch as a improvised weapon?
Yeah, it's more just something I could keep him back, because I'm expecting Chaz now to just rain fire from his hands and destroy the ooze. But this is more of a defensive weapon.
So you're taking a defensive posture. Any attacks that would come towards you will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, because I know Chaz is just going to come in and light this puppy up with his magic.
I hope you're right.
Penny Dewberry, what do you do?
Well, I'm getting progressively more stressed because I just feel very at risk. I was going to climb onto Kavan's shoulder, but then he picked up that dresser, and I was like, because he was carrying me through the water. Question, how tall is the goblin friend that's with us?
A goblin friend, he's definitely a little bit taller than you.
I'm looking to him as he should be worried too. I'm not...
Okay, well, when you look to him, there is almost a look of elation on his face, and like
he's having fun.
Like when your eyes meet, he gets this big grin. He's all like, "This is the most fun I've had on this job so far."
And I'm gonna walk up to him and just slap him in the face and be like, "We need to figure this out, or we're both about to die first."
That wakes him up, and he says, "Oh, I didn't even think about that. You think that we're going to die?"
Well, if this ooze keeps coming in, look how tall we are and look how tall they are.
I know, but that means that they should be able to, form a barricade. The thing will probably be full before it gets to us. That's why I always stand in the back.
Okay, well, I am a gnome of action, so I think we should help with this fire. let's see. I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
have.
I'm so good at feeding fires.
Oh.
He takes out a little hatchet that he had on his, and he immediately starts going to town on the dresser. And every piece that he throws off, he is throwing it into the bonfire that the magical bonfire that was created. And this magical bonfire is quite quickly becoming much bigger.
Nice. I'm gonna take a torch out of my pack and try to light all the underwear. That should be.
Oh
flammable.
yeah, it goes. It's perfect kindling. The whole room is starting to really fill up with smoke. Chaz, how are you feeling right now?
kind of immobilized with this giant smile on my face. I really can't control it. Things are going according to plan. I'm having fun with fire. I seem to be helping. People seem to be happy that I've started this fire.
It's like everyone's participating in your fire this time. This is great.
I know exactly what the episode art's going to be at this point.
Quite possibly, we've just created the perfect scene.
Yeah. Chaz's mage hand is going to start helping little goblin Pippin out and like ripping this dresser apart and chucking kindling onto the existing fire.
It has grown to this is beyond campfire size. It is now kind of filling up the whole doorway. The wooden door is on fire. Most things that are wood inside this room are being tossed into this fire. The gray ooze at this point seems to pop and sizzle and dissipate to such a point that it appears to be no more. The new problem that we're dealing with is this raging fire that doesn't seem to be easily stopped. With
guys,
that,
I know how to handle this. This is when we leave, guys. This is when we leave. This is what we do in this situation.
The dwarf is looking to you, and he says, "Can you please turn off fire now? It is done."
It'll go out in a little bit. It actually, that's the best thing about fires is that they do go out by themselves eventually. We just gotta get out of here now. We're actually looking for a friend of ours, Pippin. Tell him we're looking to chat with our buddy Floon. And a quick question: is Floon on the other side of that door or on this side of this door?
The dwarf is beginning to cough as the smoke is filling up the room. I'll answer your question in a moment. Please, let's leave. He is ushering everyone out of the room. You are going into a separate room a little bit to the west of here. He is closing up the door, essentially hoping that the fire will take care of itself. He says to you, "Well, luckily, most things are wet, slimy stone down here, so there's good chance we don't burn down the entire place." But answer your question, no, that was the trash pile. We typically keep the ooze there. It's good for consuming the trash. Something this one threw in there, he points to the Eibelman. It seemed to really like, and it got out of control. Unfortunately, it means I will have to find new gray ooze for trash consumption. It is very difficult controlling trash when you are in sewer. It's not easy task.
Where did you find the gray ooze originally?
Oh, you could find them many places. You have to go a little bit. The Undermountain underneath this great city. Great place for finding oozes. I'm a bit of an ooze specialist myself. I don't believe we have met. Are you new recruits? Are you here to relieve these? He looks at Pippin. Well, these less than adequate protection we have.
Oh, we were just here to pick up Pippin. We're taking him for a special project, right? Right, guys?
Oh, yeah. See, we have Pippin here, and we're gonna be needing to communicate because the big guy upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I make a motion of my fingers all over my eyebrows like eye stalks. We need to do some questioning of the guy they just brought in.
Oh, have you cleared this with Neil yet?
Yeah, that's the thing. We were on our way to Neolor, but we heard he went out for lunch. He's not here right now.
I was not aware of that. I thought that he was in the main chamber with the you said his name. What was it? Flean?
Yeah.
Flean, yes. Yeah, they brought him in earlier tonight. Would you like me to take you to Nihor now?
No, that's what Pippin was doing. Pippin was getting us to the chamber, and that's when we saw you guys were in distress, and so we decided to help save the day. You know, so
Yeah, we're actually all set. We're just following Pippin here. Yeah, we just stopped by to save you guys, help you out a little bit, but we're behind schedule now. So, Pippin, you want to lead on there, buddy?
Yes, well, you cannot go this way right now. We're gonna have to let this fire burn out. So Pippin, you could take them down to secret passage by waterway.
that
Oh.
sounds like a perfect idea.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
But
Follow me to the secret passage.
Good work, Pippin. Yeah.
I definitely know where it is. Pippin takes you back the way you came. You had crossed over a little, we'll say bridge, where there was certainly some sewer water flowing underneath. He quickly hops over the side. It's not very deep at this, only comes up to his waist, and he motions you all, follow me. I just got to go through the sludge here.
All right, good work, Pippin.
Wow, Chaz. It was like your lucky day you got to start a fire.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like you like fire.
Today is off to a great start.
I'm real happy for you.
Well, did you have fun with the fire, too?
Yeah, it's cool. I liked it. Fire's great.
I thought you were doing pretty good. I mean, you could be pretty good at fire because you can lift really big logs.
Yeah, I'm strong.
After descending through the sludge for a few minutes, you come to a point, and Pippin waves for everyone to stop. And he's kind of scratching his chin, and he says, I'm pretty sure that the secret door is in this general area. There's a stone that you have to push. If everyone could just start pushing on stones against this wall, we'll probably get the door open pretty soon.
Okay. Do like a perception or investigate or something?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same.
Absolutely. You could choose whichever one of those is your preferred stat, and we'll see if any of you are able to find the correct stone.
So when we're searching, I make my way to Penny and I say quietly, "That was very scary. That was way too much fire. In fact, I think this whole thing might burn down real quickly. So I think we might need to hurry along and get to Floon and get out of here. Because the thing is, fire spreads from room to room, and all those doors are wooden."
Oh, yes, I am aware. I'm very
terrified.
Aware. If I was a forest person, I've seen fires really devastate some stuff. And I'm like feverishly pressing all the rocks as we're talking.
As Penny is pressing all of the rocks, she is the one that finds the correct one. And it recedes, and there is a sound of rolling stone, and a door kind of sinks back and slides to the side, allowing you passage up a few steps into another room that has a door at the other end. The goblin Pippin, he happily takes the lead, opens up the door, and then you see stairs that are descending down into what appears to be a very large chamber that has a big pillar in the middle that seems to be supporting the ceiling. Up against this pillar, you actually see a man that is tied in a chair who is currently gagged. And standing over that man is a creature out of your nightmares. It is a figure that is standing on two legs, draped in purple robes. Its head is bald and slimy, and almost seems things are bulging underneath the skin. There are tentacles that descend from its mouth that are currently caressing and searching the skull of the man who is tied to the chair. And running around its feet is another abomination. It is apparently it appears to be a brain with legs.
Yeah.
And tentacles.
And over in the corner, you also see a young orcish man. He doesn't seem to be a full-blooded orc. You would consider him, just on first look, of half orc descent. But he is wearing some simple plain robes. But they do have some little fire etchings around the lapels. That is the scene that you come upon.
Are the creatures that, like the weird ones, are there anything we've ever recognized before? Like, can we put a name to what they are, or is they totally new to us all?
Yeah. The mind flayer. Which is very creepy, which is very scary.
Yes,
But-
I've never seen one before.
Now you have. And now you live with the nightmare. So is the person that he's doing his face tentacles on, is that Floon?
Raynor will immediately cry out in seeing this. Floon! And he draws his rapier and
My rapier.
charges. Yeah, he draws Dolan's rapier and he charges directly at this creature. This makes the creature turn around. And when he does this, you actually see Raynor, his whole body goes rigid and he seems to freeze in place. And he is unable to speak. All of you hear, but you also almost feel inside your head this creature's voice as it says, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you to disturb Neilhor?" Do any of you respond?
Sure.
Yeah, you do it, come on.
There's a fire over here and it's going to spread real quick. So we got to get out of here.
A fire? Who was stupid enough to let a fire down here?
The ooze in the trash. That a fire broke out because they're trying to kill the ooze. The ooze got out. And now the fire is out of control.
It was all we could do.
It was Zemk, wasn't it? Him and his stupid oozes. At this point, to add credence to your statements, there is two large double doors that are currently behind this creature. There is smoke that is starting to come up underneath the doorway.
Chaz was right.
At this point, since you're the one that spoke, Kavan, you feel a strange, like, probing in your mind. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy. That's his best stat, right? That's his best
Yeah,
stat.
barbarians are known to be super smart.
Perfect.
Nailed
Kavan has managed to roll a 0 on a 20-sided dice. I don't know how he did it.
Because I got a negative in intelligence.
Because you have a negative
right?
1. Yeah. At this point, you feel all your thoughts are like being... You feel a presence in your mind, Kavan, and it's like you are giving him everything. Like you see images of you
Bread bowls.
as a little boy. Yeah, as a little boy on the ice tundras of the far north. There's images of your brother, and you're running through the ice fields, like hunting down elk, and your whole past. Everything is being just fueled into him. For a moment, you would say that perhaps there is a look of bewilderment on this creature's face. Like he didn't expect your mind to be so easily cracked.
So much information.
Yeah, it's almost like it was a big overload.
Yeah.
But soon he is able to pick out the parts that he wants. And you don't know how you know this, but you know that he now knows the reason you're here. He knows essentially everything that's happened in the last 48 hours to you. And as this connection ends, you feel a little weak in the knees, and you have to kind of like put your hand up against the wall and steady yourself for a moment. For this process was both horrific and draining at the same time. You hear his voice once again with both audibly and inside your minds. He looks over to the half orc and says, "Please take care of these 5. I shall be leaving. You should leave as well as soon as the deed is done." And with that, he steps away and walks right through the wall directly to the south.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to the orc and be like, hold up. So he said, take care of us 5, but I think the instructions are really unclear because we got the guy in the chair, we got the goblin, we've got this guy with the rapier. We don't even know him, and then there's the 4 of us. So there's 7 people in this room, and he said take care of those 5. And I think we need to be really clear on the instructions before anybody gets taken care of. So, I don't. Do we draw straws, or do you want to wait for him to come back to get those instructions? And plus, there's the fire.
Or maybe we all just leave, figure it out later.
Yeah. Why don't we all leave? Let's actually untie this guy. We all leave. We figure this out later. Because I don't think we have time to really sort through those super unclear instructions right now.
While he real quick, while he's monologuing, I'm gonna try to slink back into the shadows and try to make my way around the outside of the room and to see if I can try to get behind or in an angle where I can hide myself from the orc and pull out my dagger and get ready to when the moment's right to try to stab him in the back.
Okay, excellent. While you're doing that, Dolan, why don't you give me a stealth check? The half orc, he looks at Chaz and he says, "I don't think those instructions were very difficult to understand. I'm usually told to kill things. That's why."
Oh, no. You. I mean, let's be clear. You were told to kill 5 people, but I mean, there's 7 other people in this room, and I just don't. I want to make sure you're not confusing me on the list of those 5 people. That's
I know which 2 I'm not supposed to kill. And guess what?
Yeah.
One of them ain't you. And with that, and Chaz, you're gonna have to tell me like what the reaction is. He conjures up a tiny ball of flame in his hands.
Oh.
I conjure up a larger pile of flame in front of me.
And with this, we are going to actually roll initiative.
Why did Chaz actually look so dead in the eyes when he just said that? Like, getting a little scared over here.
Unfortunately, Chaz, your fire duel, the half-orc was the quicker on the draw. And he is going to be able to try and lob that little bolt of fire that he has conjured in your direction. Does a 13 get through your defenses, Chaz?
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, fire is your friend. You feel akin to fire, so this is barely an inconvenience as you step to the side and it just grazes you. You take 1 point of fire damage from his little spell. Dolan, you rolled an 11 on your stealth check.
Yeah.
Not the best, but this little orc's passive perception, wait for it, is 10. He is fully not paying attention to you.
That was close because I was literally counting out the people in the room while trying to sneak away there. So, yeah.
Obviously, numbers didn't matter much to this guy. He was like, you could have said 20 people in this room, and he would have killed everybody. Or tried to, anyways.
Sure.
So how far away am I from him?
Oh, I mean the room's only about like 20 feet by 20 feet square. So you've essentially used this like large pillar that's in the middle of the room to block your line of sight from him. He's like you just saw him lob some sort of fire bolt at Chaz. You think that you could easily get the pounce on him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You're going to dart out from behind the pillar, try to stab him with your dagger, and you're going to do so with advantage.
Okay, advantage.
So you hop out from behind the pillar. The orcish mage is not paying attention to you. You are able to get through his defenses and do a mighty 11 points of damage.
You find that there's a spot between the last rib and the second to last rib. And if you can just get that point right between there, oh man, that hurts so bad. That hurts so bad.
It's called the penultimate rib.
The mage cries out and falls down in a clump.
Already?
Oh, a clump of mage. Love it.
Seems a little too easy.
Well,
I know, this is a little suspicious.
So he falls down in a clump. He cries out. Well, he topples. Like he wasn't expected to get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, I know, dude.
But you see like his orcish resolve take over him.
Oh no.
And he stands up and is now face to face with you, Dolan, and he spits right in your face.
Oh, dang.
Goobers on my face.
A glob of goober.
Everyone's attention was drawn to this mage who was conjuring the fire. And unfortunately, everyone's attention was pulled away from the things down low. Everyone's except for Penelope, because you're down towards the ground, and you have a really good eye line to this brain with feet that is scurrying around on the floor and is currently actually scurrying directly towards Penelope.
Ugh.
And this horrible clawed feet, it seems to almost leap out at you. Very similar, if you've ever seen the movie Aliens, to like one of those face huggers. And it is trying to claw you with its terrible claws. And it's going to attempt that right now.
Ugh, I'm repulsed by it.
Yeah, it's gross. Of course, the grossness of this thing means that I roll a critical success, which I love doing. That means that it's going to do a massive 10 points of damage.
Oh, no.
Penny ain't doing good. I'm not doing so good.
Which, unfortunately, is a little bit more than Penny's small stature could bear, as its claws rake into you. Unfortunately, Penny, I believe you do fall unconscious.
Oh, no.
Penny, as you drift off into the sweet embrace of death, I would like you to make a death saving throw, and also maybe describe a little bit what the afterlife possibly looks like for Penny.
I mean, I'm obviously a lover of the natural world, so this weird, ugly animal, if you can even call it that, just has totally caught me off guard. And as I'm kind of slipping into this unconscious state, I'm just haunted by it, and I just feel like I almost feel like I've been falling into just some ooze, some goo comes back to mind as I'm
Yeah. You're like seeping down into
spinning.
ooze, and in the ooze, all these brains start popping up to the surface. And it's pretty soon, like all of the ooze is replaced by brains, and
It's
you're
like-
actually sinking in a pool of brains.
the worst nightmare I've ever had.
Ooh, it's terrible.
You know what?
Kevon,
I was thinking more of like a Pink Floyd song and like clouds and just like slowly falling down into a bed of feathers. But okay, guys, you guys are sick.
I think it depends what kills you or
Yeah.
knocks you out.
Exactly.
If a brick in a wall kills you, yeah, and you dream
Yeah.
about Pink Floyd, you get hit by a brick. Kevon the Mighty, this small person who you consider a friend, has just been almost devoured by this brain creature.
Oh yeah, I'm furious now after seeing that. I think I'm gonna rage up. I'm raging.
There's almost a radiation of heat that comes off your body. It starts to steam as all the sweat turns to vapor, and it's impossible to imagine. But Kevon seems to get bigger. Obviously, he doesn't, but it feels like his presence is filling up the room. What does the mighty Kevon do?
Oh, I'm going straight for the brain. I'm gonna slice it.
Wielding your mighty sword, you try and fell this foul fiend. Rolling a 9, which I believe, is not going to be enough to connect with this slippery, slimy intellect devourer. The brain easily slips right to the side, and your sword just clashes and causes sparks as it hits the floor. Chaz Quartermain, you had already been conjuring up another delicious bonfire, and you were distracted by this evil mage's counter to that. But what does the mighty Chaz do?
Oh man, my attention's split. I'm looking back and forth. There's this orc mage over there. We've got this brain thing. Question: Does the orc? What kind of footwear is the orc wearing? Are there shoelaces?
Absolutely. He's wearing soft leather boots that seem to be held together with a rawhide shoelace.
Okay. I mean, Chaz, it just pops into his head. Mage Hand is going to start untying shoelaces. And, I mean, he's going to try to tie those two boots together. But, we'll see. We'll see.
You are able to manipulate those shoes unbeknownst to the orc. And he is fully tied up. Does Chad have any other tricks up his sleeve?
No, I mean that's one turn right there. I would have been happy with just untying both of his boots, but if I was able to untie them and tie them to each other without the orc noticing, wow,
absolutely.
If my friend wasn't in mortal danger, I'd be just 100% satisfied with that. But
it's a great trick that I believe you've probably done this before. This isn't the first time you've used your arcane ability to tie someone's shoelaces together.
You got advantage for sure.
But never to save a friend before. Yeah.
The orc with a terrible knife wound in his back turns onto you, the mighty Dolan. He puts his thumbs together, spreads his very terribly kept fingernails apart. A burning cascade of flame just bursts out from him. I need the mighty Dolan to make a dexterity saving throw. Ooh. Wow. Rolling a critical success, the Dolan dives out of the way, and it's a good thing that he did, because this orc put a lot of heat into this burning hand spell. But luckily, you are only going to take 6 fire damage from this, as it just singes you as you dive to the side.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in this ooze purgatory where I am. It's not great.
As you dive to the side, the orc then tries to charge after you to try and finish the job. As he does so, he finds that, oh no, his shoes are tied together, and he falls prone onto the floor, just a few feet away from you, Dolan. It is now
both
your
hands
turn.
up in the air, just victory. Yeah.
Score! Dolan, you now have this evil mage prone before you. As you might well know, a prone target is much easier to attack than a standing one.
I didn't know
If
that.
you choose, you actually get advantage against a prone target.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do, he's prone. I am gonna the dagger's already been bloodied, so it's time to finish the show. And yeah, I'm gonna jump on his back and try to put it right into his neck.
Luckily, you had the advantage, for that will make a 15 versus his AC is
Yeah.
far beyond what you need. As your blade crunches through his spinal cord, you feel the life just leave his body. This terrible orc mage will not bother you anymore. Rainier
happens.
has regained his facilities. Whatever terrible paralysis that was put upon him is done with, and he brandishes that rapier and attempts to slice at the horrific walking brain. He rolls a 10 versus the AC of the brain, and the brain is quick and slimy and darts to the side as Rainier misses. The brain then leaps towards the mighty Kavan. Kavan, you easily bring your mighty sword to bear and knock it to the side and receive no strike from the brain. Penelope, as you are sinking deeper into this pool of brains, I need you to make another death saving throw.
Oh boy.
Ooh, nice.
Essentially, as you're clawing out of this like pool of brains and oozing, there's like a light above you, and a vine seems to be growing down from that light. Beautiful aromatic flowers are bursting forth from it, and it's just inches away from your hand as you're reaching towards it.
I'm just gonna reach and stretch towards it
As you have now made your second successful death saving throw. There possibly is a light at the end of that tunnel. Kavan the Mighty, this brain is at your feet. It just tried to gnaw on your head. Well, not gnaw, it doesn't have a mouth, but claw. Claw is the word I was looking for. Claw at your head. What does the mighty Kavan do?
Oh man, I'm gonna swing so hard. I'm so angry.
You connect with this terrible creature, and in one fell swoop, you do a mighty 14 points of damage. So you slice it directly down the middle of the brain, separating the left half and the right half of the brain. It is now neither creative nor analytical, for it's dead.
Nice.
The fight is over with, but in the few minutes it has taken for this fight to happen, smoke is beginning to fill the room, and you do see the poor Penelope is prone onto the floor. Is Penny okay? Will our heroes make it out of the fiery sewers unscathed? These questions and many more will be answered next time on the 20-Sided Realms.
Wizard eats food badly.
Intro music composed by Symphonikev, and again the soundscapes created by Sirenscape.com. Thank you so much for listening to the 20-Sided Realms. If you liked what you heard, please share it with others. Until next time.